Hello, this is David. Today I'll be doing the Skills Lab for 2050, which consists of two parts. Part 1 will be creating two users and creating an OU for them and add them to the OU. I'll be adding a group to that OU. Then I'll create a security GPO for that group, which will configure the desktop wallpaper for the users that we added. Then we'll be creating a share folder and be using the share and the NTFS permissions. Part 2 consists of backing up the server using the Windows backup feature. Then I'll be deleting the user Bill Smith, and then I will be restoring Bill Smith from the backup that I just had backed up previously. So let's get started. First thing we want to do is we want to create a OU called MKT Department. So we'll just click on domain 1 there and click New, and we want an OU, and we're going to call it MKT DEPT. I'm going to uncheck this protect, that way it is easier to delete after I get it created there. We'll say OK. Okay, it's created my OU. Now we want to create a group and for that OU, and I'm going to call that MKT GRP, and say OK. Okay, now I want to add two users here. I want to add Bill Smith, and we'll make it Bill Smith, all one word, as a username on the logon, and give him a password here. I'm going to go ahead and create Annie Smith, and I'm going to do it the same way that I done Bill. Now that I got Annie Smith created, I want to add both these users to the MKT group. So all I do is right click on the MTD group and we'll add to group. Okay, and we want Bill Smith. We'll check the name. Oops, I didn't like Bill Smith there. Let me see what I've done here. Okay, what I did do wrong there is I was trying to add to the group, but what we want to do is click on the user and right click and add to the group. And we want to MKTGRP. Okay, that's been added. Now let's add Annie to the group. MKTGRP. Okay, they're added to the group. Now we want to create a GPO, security GPO for that group. So we're going to go to the admin tools and then the group policy management. And we want domain 1. And we'll go down here. And where is my group? I refreshed my screen. And now the marketing department OU is showing up. So what we want to do now is right click on that and create a GPO and link it here, and we're going to call this GPO Marketing. Give it an OK, and now we want to come down here. We want to edit this marketing group, and we'll go over on the right plane here and right click on it and do an edit. We want to go to the user policy, click on the policies, admin template, and it'll come up here. And then we want desktop, and then desktop again. And let's see, desktop wallpaper. We're going to double click on this. We're going to enable this, and we actually have a JPEG file out there. And it is exactly in this folder of Windows Web Wallpaper, and it's called Server JPEG. So we're going to key that in here. So it will pick up at Windows Web Wallpaper. And you can create any JPEG you want to use for your desktop, and put it in any folder, and just put the path right here. Server JPEG. And we want to change this here to stretch instead of center. And we're going to say OK. OK, now we want to update our policy, so we can go ahead and close this out. We'll do a GP update /force /force. Now we've done that all on the domain controller 1. I'm signed on as administrator. So now let's test our wallpaper, a security GPO. So we'll go to domain controller 2. And we'll log on here as Bill Smith. And we'll give this password here. Okay, looks like the domain controller 2 has completely booted there on the logon. So, and I'm logged on here as Bill Smith. And notice that it does have the server JPEG file that it picked up out of the folder that we pointed it to. So the next part of this part 1 is to create a share folder. So first I want to do is go to my C drive and create a folder. I went to my computer and went to my C drive, so we're going to create a new folder here. And we're going to call this Marketing Share Folder. Okay, we got our folder created. Now we want to go to Admin Tools, Share and Storage Management. Okay, our share and storage management has come up. Now we want to make sure that we're in the store. The sharers version of it. We want to go over here to Provisional Share. And we want to share this, so let's browse that folder. And right here it is. This is the one we created. And we want to go next. Yes, we do want to set these permissions. Let's go to advanced. We want to uncheck this inherit permissions. We'll click remove that. So we want to put administrators. Let me do an advanced here. Find now. And we want administrator. And we'll go advanced and find now. And we want administrators also. And whoops, I didn't get it with administrator. Okay, we got it. And we're going to give him full control. Say OK. Now we want to add that marketing group that we created in the OU. And we want to give them a list, read attributes, and read permissions. We do not want them to change it, just to be able to read it. We'll say OK. OK. And say OK here, and next. And we'll just take the defaults on everything here. Administrator already used read access, user groups have custom. Everyone, we're going to give them full control. In the share, now that is the share part. We'll go ahead and create this and close it. Now if we close this out, we could also done that this way. Went and right click on the marketing share folder. Did I pick the wrong one there? I did, didn't I? Security. And share, and it should say permissions of everybody. Say OK, and then under security, it should have the marketing group. Which has special permissions, and this, let me do this right here. Let me edit this. I want to edit this one. And they have list folders, read, and read permissions. Say OK. Why is this not showing shared? I thought I deleted this. We created a marketing share folder. We just could give it a share, make sure we got that thing shared. Oh, I didn't publish it there when I went to the marketing and share. I went back into the shared storage manager, and I took that other folder I had earlier created. I'm going to stop sharing and delete that folder, but this is our folder we want to share, our marketing share folder. And if you highlight it and go to properties, and then the permissions, you'll see that the share permissions that everyone has full control, which doesn't matter because the MTFS permissions overrides that. Marketing groups has read and execute and list and read. So it looks like we've got our folder set up correctly. We'll close this out. Now let's go over here, and we're going to create a text file in there. I created a file in that folder called text share file, and I've actually put some data in that, so let's just do a save here, and close this out, and close this out. We went to the Domino Controller 2 to see if we could find that share folder, so I've got Network Discovery turned on here, so we should go to Network, and we're going to go to Domain Controller 1, and there is our marketing share folder. We'll double click on it, there is our file, text share file, and we just have read access, so let's see what happens if we try to do a save here. Access was denied, so it looks like everything is working. I'm going to save. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to log this user off. I've earlier created a user called John Doe, and let's see if he can open that folder up and see what the data says inside of it. Okay, we've logged on here as John Doe, so here's John Doe, so let's go to networking. And go to our Domino 1 marketing share folder, see if we can even see what files are in that folder, because we've used the NTFS permissions and only give it to admins and the marketing group. So now let's close this out and log this off. And to do the file sharing that we just done, we do need the file services feature, which I've installed. Now we're going to go into part 2, which we're going to use a backup server using the Windows backup feature. So what we first thing you need to do is install the Windows backup feature, and you want to install the Windows Server Backup, and you want to make sure that you install the Windows Server Backup feature, the Windows Server Backup, the command line tools, and you also need the Windows PowerShell. So now we want to back up this server. So let's just come down. We're starting part 2. Admin tools, Windows Backup. Let's see. Way down here, Windows Server Backup. We brought our Windows Server Backup window up, and you can see here that we have already backed it up at one time, but that was before we created the OU marketing department. So what we're going to do, we're going to create another backup. We're going to do a backup once. Excuse me, I do not want to go to the backup once. I could if I want to do a differential, but what I want to do today is do a backup once, which gets everything. And it's going to do a differential too, so it's the same thing. We want the full server. choose the type of storage location. We're going to use a local. And I've created another drive on here. And I actually called it a backup drive and called it E. So we'll give it next. We select the volume is also included in this backup. Okay, I backed up a couple screens. I'm starting again with the options, differential options. It's the only option we can do. Click next, and before I hit full server, but I'm going to do a custom, and I want to back up all the files on C. And we're going to, the destination is a local drive, which is my, I've got set up as Z drive, and give it a next. We're going to take the recommended up there on the advanced options, and we're going to start the backup. As our backup continues there, the backup is in progress. It is showing the status. It's 9%. It will take a few minutes for this to run. While our backup's running here on the domain controller 1, let me jump back over here on domain controller 2, and we're actually logged on here as Bill Smith. Let's go to command prompt, and we can do a GP result /R. And we can actually, I can show you the GPO that configures the desktop. When it gets through here, okay, we back up here. Here's our apply group policy, and you see the GPO, security GPO we created that's on the desktop. Wallpaper that we set up there is on top, and it's above the local group policy. I actually forgot to show that to you earlier, so I thought I'd go ahead and do it while the backup was running. Our backup is finished now, and besides taking a few minutes, it took a few hours. So now, what we want to do, we want to accidentally delete Bill Smith, and then we're going to restore him from the backup. So let's go up here and accidentally delete him. Click on Bill Smith. Okay, he's gone. So what we want to do now is we're going to shut down the server and bring it back up, and use the F8 key to come up in the safe mode menu, and we'll be selecting the directory services restore mode. Okay, we've restarted and used the F8 key, so we got our safe mode menu up, and as you see, we've highlighted the directory services restore mode. Our system is booted in the directory service restore mode, and what I've done here, you can see that it's in safe mode here. The screen background is doesn't load it, so it's black. I brought up a command prompt, and we want to look at our versions and see which version we want to restore. And I've done a wb admin get versions. Here was an earlier backup version, and right down here is the one I've done on 12.1, and the version is 12.1.2012. Looks like a 2028. Now that we got our versions, I would like to mention that we're using the backup command line tool. We've got our version, so now what we want to do is wb admin starts system state recovery, and with our version. Okay, I started my system state recovery. It does come up and give you a prompt if you want to run this operation, and I said yes, and right now as you see it's processing the files. Then when it gets through processing the files, it'll come up and say it's going to be restoring some files. And then after this is finished, we'll get us another command prompt, and we'll be running the ntds util, and we'll be doing an authoritative restore, and we're going to be doing an authoritative restore on the user Bill Smith, and the reason why we'll be using the authoritative restore is because if any of the other domain controllers are replicating and show Bill Smith deleted, and we restore Bill Smith out there without the authoritative restore, it will delete it right back off. This way the authoritative restore will give it a higher number, and it'll keep it out there, and everything will replicate correctly. Okay, our wb admin non-authoritative restore completed, and then I went into ntds util, and done an activate instance ntds, then I done an authoritative restore, and then when I got the prompt, I done a restore subtree. What I done is I just went ahead and restored the complete OU of the marketing department, because Bill Smith is in a group there, and that group is in the OU, and it's also tied to a GPO, and that way it will pick up all the links, and it actually found 8 records, and it restored successfully. So what I'll be doing now is I'm going to be doing quit here on my command prompt, and then I'm going to do a restart in a normal mode, and see if it restored him. We have completed our reboot. We did have a command prompt, a DOS command prompt there that stated the restore was successful and had us hit the enter key. So now we want to go to the Active Directory, users and computers, and we want to check here, see if Bill Smith was indeed restored, and yes, he is, right there he is. That concludes this skills tutorial. Thank you.